Last month, a new show on Netflix took Twitter and my feed specifically by storm, titled Adolescence. Now, if you don't know what this is, I didn't know anything about the show until all of a sudden I saw a lot of people going crazy about it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to check out Adolescence. And it's a show following a kid who is taken into jail because he murdered a teenage classmate girl. And we're trying to figure out if he did it, if he didn't do it. We're more or less following the family and all that into the... It's more or less not about trying to figure out if he did it and more about following the emotions of how everyone feels after he did it. But we'll talk more about that in the show. But the stick of the show is that it's shot as a oneer. If you don't know what a oneer is, it is a straight continuous shot, no cuts or anything. So before I talk about if I liked Adolescence or not, which by the thumbnail and the title of the video, you'll definitely know I did, please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below what are your opinions on this show, Adolescence. And with that said, I loved Adolescence. I thought it was phenomenal. It is an amazing show, and I highly recommend anyone checks it out. It was phenomenal. The shtick of the show, like I said, the oneer was a little bit distracting in the early goings of the show. I didn't know if I fully liked that. I was like, oh, okay, I don't really know. It feels like we get a cut here. A lot of the show's just walking. But by the time we entered the end of the first episode, and we get that sequence in the end of the first episode, I was all into it. Because this show isn't about trying to figure out if Jamie murdered her or not. The show is about following this town, following everybody, and how they feel after this murder. And it's emotional. It hurts. It's a show that is effective at everything it does. It is amazing at that. First thing I want to talk about here is the cast. Owen Cooper, well done. I mean, he played Jamie. He was amazing. He was one of the best performances of a child actor I've ever seen, if not the best child actor performance I've ever seen. He blew it away. He did amazing in the film. You kind of like are rooting for this kid, but at the same time you're hating this kid, and all at the same time Jamie Miller, especially with the show being shot in a oneer, had a lot to do, and he was incredible in here. I thought he was amazing in here. Stephen Graham plays his father. By the time we hit episode 4, I mean, he is amazing, and the emotions that he's able to bring were incredible. All the emotions in this show are incredible. The whole cast was amazing. And the crew was amazing too, because you still have to shoot this show as a oneer. And do you know how hard it is to do that? I don't, because I've never done it. But it's got to be really hard. And it was very, very good. Very good the way they did that. Starting to talk about some of the episodes. Episode 1, like I said, the oneer aspect of it was a little bit distracting. And then we get to the end of the episode where we find out, there's going to be spoilers here, the show's been out for a while, where we find out that there's a video and we see that Jamie did kill the girl, and it's kind of devastating because you're just sitting there watching the father kind of fall apart. Like this, Jamie goes over to touch Eddie and he just like moves away from him. That sequence was devastating. Then we get episode 2. I think it's the weakest of them all, where the two detectives go to the school. Still a very great episode. You see how it affects everybody in the school. But by the time we hit the ending of the episode, I don't feel like it was fully resolved great. Like, apparently one of his friends gave him the knife, and it was never brought up again in the show. Still, I'm not saying that the episode was bad at all. It was a great episode, but I think it was the weakest one out of them all. Episode 3 was the episode that we see Jamie again. We only see Jamie in 2 episodes, which was very surprising. And episode 2 was one of the only ones that we see him again. But this is the episode where he's with the psychiatrist and they're talking about his feelings and all that. And that is the episode where you really realize that, oh, yeah, you hate Jamie, but you also kind of want to root for him at the same time because you love his family. And then episode 4 was devastating. I still have sequences in episode 4 living in my mind, because I was devastated by it. It's devastating stuff. It's Eddie's birthday, and he's just driving around doing stuff, and, like, simple things. Someone graffitis his van because of the murder. It's devastating. It brings out so much emotions in this family. A simple conversation with somebody in a grocery store brings out so much intensity, so much emotions, and it's something that is just so raw and real. It feels like you're actually watching a family fall apart. It doesn't feel like you're watching a TV show. It feels like you're watching real life. And it's hard to watch. It's devastating to watch. But it's done so good at the same time. It's such a good show. By the time you get to the end of episode 4, the end of the show, where they're just sitting in the room, sitting on the bed, talking about, like, did they fail? Is it their fault? Like, that's some devastating stuff. It's incredible. It really cemented the fact that Adolescence is 10 out of 10 show. Because the way that they can just draw so much emotions and all be done in a oneer. It's truly some phenomenal stuff that they are pulling off here, that I've never seen anything be done like that before. So that stuff, very, very good. Very good stuff. Now, I do kind of wish we got one more episode, honestly, because it doesn't kind of feel like we're resolved. Like, I would wish that we see if Jamie, like, get complete proof that Jamie did it. Obviously, we see video, we believe that Jamie did it, but kind of was alluded, like, did he do it? Oh, don't believe the son did it. Out of that conversation out of the grocery store, not the grocery store, but the hardware store. But, very interesting, very good emotions. I just kind of wish we had, like, one more episode. I'm still going to give it an A+. I mean, I still love this show. Also, it wasn't easy. Like, I told myself I was going to watch it in 4 days. One episode one day, second episode second day, third episode third day, fourth episode fourth day. I couldn't do that. I watched it over 2 weeks because, like, it was so hard to want to dive back into this world. Because it feels like you're just going into people's minds where it's all depressing and stuff. So, like, if you don't like depressing stuff, don't watch this show. But, I highly recommend this show. I thought it was amazing. It was very well done. Great performances. And it's a show that just kind of devastated me. And if you watch it, you'll probably be devastated by the show too. It was phenomenal. It was an incredible show. And I highly recommend everybody check it out. Before I give you my final score of Adolescence, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Go down below in the comment section. What are your opinions if you have already seen it? And if you haven't seen it, what are your expectations for it? Are you going to watch it now after this review? And with that said, Adolescence does everything right. It is so raw, so full of emotions, that feels like real life. Because of the shtick that is shot in a oneer, something very impressive to do, something I've never seen before. It's phenomenal. It's an amazing show. I'm going to give Adolescence an A+, and most likely, it is going to be my favorite show of 2025 at the end of the year. Thank you guys for clicking on this video, and with that said, subscribe.